Hi everyone and welcome to Life Group Resources. On Sunday you would have heard your pastor or the preacher speaking about a steady heart and the importance of having not just the principles of God in our life, but actually having a God, a very real, very alive God that helps us through our lives. And in order for us to have a heart fully alive, we don't just need these mountaintop experiences where we have these huge encounters with God, but we actually need a daily dose of this God speaking to us, guiding us, prompting us, giving us wisdom and counsel as we try and make decisions and live with this heart that is fully alive. And so just for a minute, I want you to imagine the high points and the low points of your life, maybe so far or maybe still to come. But picture that day of choosing your subjects at school, or choosing which course you're going to take into university, or even choosing what job to take out of a few options. We've got to decide who to marry. Think about your wedding day, and think about the day you have kids for the first time and start growing a family. Think about the day that you lose someone, or you bury someone that you love, or there's some sort of heartache that you weren't expecting. And all these high points and at all these low points of our lives, principles don't help. The Bible and Christianity is full of great principles, and I think sometimes they are really, really important. But far more important is the person of Jesus, the person of the Holy Spirit, the Father God, the personal Father that we serve. What we need for our hearts in the midst of the high points and the low points is a God. A God who, imagine how much easier those situations would be when you're facing up to those big decisions, when you're making those big calls in life, when you're getting married, when you're in the middle of pain or something heartbreaking. Imagine how much more satisfied and protected and guarded your heart is if you have someone who's constantly with you. Imagine being able to hear the voice of your Father, to be able to experience the nudges of the Spirit, to know that Jesus is with you in the middle of that decision, that situation. And the beautiful thing about Christianity is we don't get introduced to a bunch of principles. We get introduced to a person, a relational God who is our God. Now, it's one of the hardest things when we talk to people about Christianity. They just don't understand this personal God. They struggle to hear the voice of God. They struggle to believe that and trust that Jesus is with them. And they struggle with the concept of the Holy Spirit being in us always. And so tonight what we're going to do is talk a little bit about how to take first steps or deeper steps into having God as your God. How to live with this personal Jesus, this personal God through our daily lives, so that we're getting the steady heart we need, that when the high points and the low points come, we know that our God is with us, helping us to make those decisions and process stuff and live with a heart fully alive. So your life group leader has got some questions. I hope you're going to be open and honest with one another and dive into this stuff, because it's hugely important to our personal walk and our community that we live with hearts that are steady and guided by God. So have a great evening.